So they go to investigate, and no crew is on board.
Oh,
I think they mutinied the ship.
So they lead an investigation, basically, and he suspects mutiny or murder or
Mutiny!
fraud.
Mutiny!
Or
Stop saying mutiny. I don't know. Maybe they found the Kraken or something like that. Yeah.
If you're gonna come up with some theories or something.
exactly.
Yes.
Well done, Oscar. Well done.
No, I don't know.
You're not. You're joking.
I feel like I
joking.
look really stupid on these episodes.
You're joking.
Peckish for answers, mysteries and conspiracies.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Peckish for Answers. I am once again joined by my friend Oscar.
Hi.
And my other friend Rhys.
Hi guys, how we doing?
Why do you sound like such a creep?
He is one. That's why.
I just want to make sure people know that you guys are my friends. That's the thing that's really important to me.
Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Carry on.
All right. So anyway, this episode, I'm going to be talking about the mystery of the Mary Celeste. Kind of going back to my roots of the first episode of doing a sort of like sea-based mystery. You know, it's where I feel most comfortable, I suppose.
You are a seaman. You love seamen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that one, Rhys? Or...
Yeah, that's all right.
But before we get started with that, there's something that me and Oscar said we'd do after the last episode, which was crack the case of the code from the Summerton Man.
Summerton Man, yeah. It's a doozy. So I put it in our chat.
Oscar knows what that is.
So I put it in our chat, and Rolf very quickly. Like, I think
what does doozy mean again?
Are you serious?
I forgot.
Yeah, you're rage baiting me.
No, I actually I can't remember.
Well, forget about it.
Forget about it. You're never gonna know.
I think
you're never
Dance
gonna know.
mentioned it as
well.
well.
Look up a dictionary. Get a dictionary, mate, and look up.
Says you. All right.
Anyway, Rolf, you surprised me because you came back like, I think maybe it was the next day or something. Of going, I've done it.
No,
I figured it out.
It's a couple of hours. Yeah,
hours. And
when I looked at it,
I'm just saying, I think it still has yet to be cracked by.
Didn't he say it yesterday? He said, "Send me the code."
Yeah. So he did it yesterday.
Yeah.
So Oscar has not. He's been a bit.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. He doesn't have the intellect for it.
No, I do. It's one of those things. It's at the bottom of the list because it's not very important. Is it?
So
go on then,
I figured it out.
What is it?
So it's an anagram. Each of the lines is an anagram for a sentence.
Okay, what's it?
What you mean? Each letter is a word.
No, not each letter is a word. If you rearrange the letters in each line, you can turn a sentence in from each line. All right, so we got MRGOABABD. So that spells Mr. Gober bad. So I don't know. So at first I was like, who's Mr. Gober?
Goofy Goober.
Gober, Goba. Mr. Gober bad. So I don't know who Mr. Gober is, but obviously he's a bad man.
Mm-hmm.
Next line, it's crossed out, but the one after that spells out Bent Pimp Man. So obviously Mr. Gober is a gay pimp and he is a bad man. So he's done something
to
this guy.
Because he's a gay pimp, or is he a gay
I don't think so, but this is 1948,
Yeah.
so I assume he might be using Ben's in a derogatory term here.
Okay.
Yeah.
The line after that is a calm IQ boy.
Okay.
Is at on the end because you're going to fit it in?
Yeah, well, it's like fucking Yeah. But a
Okay.
calm IQ boy is saying he's smart. Like he's smart. He's chill and he's smart.
I'm interested to how you've done this last one because there's only 2 vowels.
Yeah. So this
3.
is where it gets much more interesting. So the last one,
I know what he's going to say. Can I predict?
So the last one, this is where it gets a bit more interesting. So he's now explaining how he got killed by Mr. Gober. So he's saying stab And then he uses one of the T's because a lowercase t looks like a plus. So he's using one of those as a plus.
Of course. Yeah.
Stab plus gas. And then he's writing me, but he says me, like me, because he's like dying. Stab plus gas, me. And then
with an eye as well.
Well, yeah, me with an I, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2 capital T's, which is the emoji for a crying face.
1948, he's doing emoji.
Well, yeah.
Maybe
I think emojis were around for ages. People just didn't really know about them.
Okay, so he was killed. He was killed by a gay.
He was killed by a gay
Mr. Cobra.
Yep, gay pimp called Mr. Gober, who was smart and stabbed and gassed him. But obviously, they didn't find the stab wound.
Yeah, there was no stab wound, so.
Well, they didn't find it. They didn't look hard enough.
They didn't look hard enough for the stab wound.
Yeah.
Oh, that's well done, I guess. Well done.
Thank you.
All
I
right,
thought
fair enough.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think
you
you'll be
should
getting
put it
it.
on Reddit, I think, and you'll get loads of upvote.
You
I
should
think
do
so.
You should do an r/roast me at the same time.
Yeah, you should actually.
I don't think that's necessary. Okay. Anyway, back to the episode. This time we're also having a little twist in this episode. We've got a little word game that we're playing. So we've gotten a friend to give each of us a word that we've got to try and fit in during the episode. And at the end of the episode, we are going to both guess what each other's words were. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but
Yeah, well, I don't know
hopefully
what my word means, so I'm not really going to be able. Yeah, I have, but it doesn't really sink in. It's not like when I say a sentence, I'm going to say this word anyway. So I'll try and get it out.
Mine in, but I think you'll guess it. You'll be like, well, that's your word there.
Well, I thought it was doozy, what you said earlier, but then I just realised that's just a word I didn't really know what it meant. So,
all right. Anyway, let's get going. Enough diddle dallying. I bet you think that was my word, but it's not.
No, I didn't think so.
No. All right. So I'll give you the Mary Celeste, also known as the Ghost Ship. Give you a little bit of a history of it, and then we'll sort of move into what happened, and then I want to hear your theories. So, the Mary Celeste was originally built in 1861 on Spencer's Island, Nova Scotia, in Canada, and it was first named the Amazon. So before it was called the Mary Celeste, it was called the Amazon, and its early history was very unlucky. So its first captain, called Robert McKellen, he died suddenly on its maiden voyage. So, like, as they left on this first voyage, he suddenly contracted pneumonia. They had to turn around, bring the ship back to where it was launched from, and he died in the ship owner's home of pneumonia.
What's the year?
So,
Sorry?
1861.
Oh, okay. So yeah, pretty young.
Yeah. So from the get-go, people are dying. It's not a good sign for a ghost ship.
Yeah.
And then over the next couple of years, the ship suffered like several accidents and ownership changes. So one of them was Jack Parker, was a captain who took over the ship. He took it to London. After leaving London, he collided with another British ship, like a small British ship, and the little British ship sank. So he was probably also quite a bad captain. And then there was a new commander called William Thompson, who took over, and he was bringing some corn over in 1867. And while he was docked in Halifax in Canada, they sent a message to him saying that like he'd been replaced as captain because they wanted someone else. So Thompson basically got on the ship and was like, fuck these guys. Drove it past where the ship was insured, because it's insured to certain areas, because some of the areas are more dangerous than others. So he got it, went past where it was insured, got the ship blown onto the shore, and so it wasn't covered by the insurance, and it was like shipwrecked, and so the owners had to abandon the ship. So then that was that.
All right. So it's just like, fuck you, I'm gonna just destroy the ship, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. I can see that.
But they think it was also a scam wherein Thompson basically did it with some other people in mind. He like sort of shipwrecked it purposely so that the owners wouldn't, so that it would be sold to some other people for a cheaper price because it wasn't actually that badly shipwrecked as well. So it's like maybe some underhand stuff as well.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, this person called McBean. Yeah, McBean bought it, who then sold it to
stupid man.
this guy called John Beatty, who then got it shipwrecked in Maine. It was then sold on public auction by Richard Haynes. To Richard Haynes, who renamed it the Mary Celeste. So that's where it got the name.
Mary Celeste.
And it got named Mary Celeste to try to avoid paying import duties because it's a Canadian ship, and Richard Haynes was American. So they tried to bring it in as an American ship, but it was originally from Canada, so you have to pay import duties on it. So he just renamed the ship and pretended it was his ship. And yeah. And then it got a new American owner called James H. Winchester, who rebuilt the ship pretty much completely as it was so rotten. And he sold a third of it to a man named Benjamin Briggs, who was going to be the new captain. And he had to do that because the rebuild costs were so high. So there you go. That's the history.
So he sold like...
Go on. All right. What kind of ship was it? Like, was it like a wooden one?
I assume it would be
ship. It's like a sort of like a smallish cargo ship, basically.
Yeah.
It's got a name for the type of ship, but like I remember looking it up, and it just meant like a very specific type of ship with certain sails. Like it's like but basically it's a smallish cargo ship. The kind of you're carrying like 10 to 15 people on board. Yeah. So that brings us up to its final voyage in 1872. So 11 years after it was.
All that happened in 11 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's
Jesus.
fucking crazy. Yeah.
All right.
So, as I mentioned earlier, Benjamin Briggs is now the captain of the ship. He is the 6th captain of this ship. And they have got a plan to go from New York City to Gibraltar, and they are carrying 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, and they're going to bring it there. Yeah, let's go. But this is industrial alcohol, so this is like not
like bleach
for human consumption. Bleach is an alcohol.
Is bleach alcohol? Oh, is it not?
Bleach is just a very strong alkali.
Idiot.
So it's like I don't know. This is like this is not stuff you can't drink. If you drink the shit, you're gonna go blind, basically.
Yeah, it's like white spirit,
methanol stuff. Yeah. It's like white spirits. Yeah. Okay, so the people you got on board is you got Captain Briggs, and he's also a bit of a family man. So he brings his wife Sarah Briggs and their 2-year-old daughter Sophia along. But he leaves his 7-year-old son Arthur behind because he doesn't want him to miss school. Because it's going to take a bit of time, this journey. Yeah. 7 years old.
Oh, so he just leaves you?
Oh, with their grandparents. He lives with their grandparents.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we've got 7 crew members, 3 Americans and 4 Prussians. And Briggs' initial impression of the Prussians was they were good sailors but dumb. So there you go.
Okay.
So the ship sails off, and there's a brigantine ship called the Dei Grazia, which is also going to planning on doing a similar route, but they're leaving like 9 days later.
Okay.
So
they're leaving from the same place.
Yeah, to go to basically the same place.
Yeah.
So they go. So anyway, the Dei Grazia then leaves later as planned. And the Dei Grazia is the one that discovers this ship. So the Dei Grazia discovers the Mary Celeste sailing quite erratically, basically 400 miles east of the Azores. So not it should be at Gibraltar by now, and it's not at Gibraltar, and it's sailing a bit erratically. So they're like, okay, what the hell's going on? Let's go and investigate. So they go to investigate, and no crew is on board.
Oh.
So like I said, the ship's sailing erratically, but it's still completely seaworthy. It's still completely fine.
Yeah.
The cargo's all intact. Personal belongings are untouched. The general condition of the ship is there's some rigging damage, but it's not severe. So it looks all okay. There is a portion of railing on the port side missing. But the food and water supplies are completely ample. They discover that what is missing is a lifeboat, some navigation instruments, and a chronometer. So a lifeboat and some real essentials for navigation, basically, is what's missing. And they find that there is about 1 meter of water in the hold, which isn't unusual for a ship to have like a bit of water in the hold. But the pumps are all working fine. But they also find that everything is soaking in the cabins, and the windows have been boarded up with wood and canvas, indicating that maybe there was a bit of a storm and they were hunkering down for it. But the skylight is propped open, letting rain in. So that's why probably the cabin was wet, but a bit weird that the skylight was left open. The beds have been slept in, but not made. So maybe an early morning departure, but a bit weird to not make the beds as well. So yeah. One of the pumps is dismantled, and there's a sounding rod as well on the floor, which is used to measure water depth. But like I said, all belongings have been left behind. The Prussian guys also had no belongings to leave behind anyway, because they got lost it all in the shipwreck a year ago. And the logbook's last entry is November 24th, which is from November 24th, it would have been 10 days. Like, they found the ship, so
So the ship
10 days ago was the last time there was a logbook entry. There was a chalkboard had the start of entry for November 25th. So remember when I talked about the chalkboard in the Flannan Isles, how they did the chalkboard and then they wrote it up in their logbook? Same thing. So they've got a chalkboard at the start of the entry for the November 25th, which indicates that they left or something happened on the 25th. So yeah. And the cargo, like I said, was all still there, but 9 barrels of alcohol were empty. So yeah.
All right.
Is that okay? I've got a little theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you've ever watched Pirates of the Caribbean,
I have.
They mention that the fact having Elizabeth on board is very unlucky, because there's a thing that sailors and pirates would believe that having a woman on board was unlucky for the seas, and it led to things happening. So he's brought his wife along, and these things. I like to believe in these things. This it might be true. So,
but what actually happened then?
So I'm getting there. All right. So because she's on board, the ship is now cursed. It's become unlucky. The voyage,
cursed of a woman. How dare you, Rhys?
Well, that's what they believed, and if they're all saying it, it might be true. And I reckon something has happened. I reckon there was like a storm, a pretty bad storm, and they were hunkering down, and then they were getting spooked by it, and there was like noises from it, and then maybe one of the Prussian sailors, because he said they were pretty dumb, was like, "Oh, there's a woman on board. It's ghosts. It's ghosts. It's ghosts." And
it's a very good Prussian accent, though.
So it's only a woman. What do you mean?
Prussian's German, so I can't do a German accent. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the woman is actually causing it, but they're because there's a woman on board, they think there's a ghost on board, basically, because of this because they think it's unlucky to have a woman there.
Yeah,
and they basically riled up the people on the ship, and they've riled up the captain. So they decided, right, we need to go. We need to get out of here. This ship is gone. We need to get a lifeboat. We need to all the navigation things as quick as possible to find land.
But they wouldn't have done that earlier when the woman was on there before.
Well, maybe they had their like suspicions about her, but the captain was like, no, it's fine. She's my wife. And I think then the storm happened, like just a natural storm, and it was like a bad storm, and it was like,
and they thought it was because of the woman.
Yeah, they thought it was the woman, and they were like, we need to get out of here. We need to be quick. Maybe there's like a bit of if and ahs about it, because like, you know, the last entry is 24th. They were thinking, oh, we need to go, and then they were like, no, and then they were like, no, we're going, kind of mutiny, almost like, we're going, we need to go now. And I don't think they brought the wife back. I think they actually killed her.
Maybe the woman awoke Mother Nature. Woman,
but why
did you say it like that? I didn't like that at all.
But why would if they thought that there was something to do with the woman, why would they just jump in the little boat and then Captain Briggs continue sailing, because he wouldn't leave his wife?
No, but I think they overpowered him almost.
What you say? They took control of the ship, like a mutiny.
Mutiny. I think they mutinied the ship, and they were like, right, she's going. But they thought like the ship was cursed as well. So I reckon they threw her out, probably threw him out, and then they just took the lifeboat, and the daughter as well. They probably got her out in the sea. And like, they're not going to find her bodies, are they? They're just going to go down to the sea. They're going to be
so they mutinied, took over the ship, killed the people on the ship, and then left the ship.
Yeah, because they still think the ship's cursed. They're dumb. They're dumb Prussians.
Why wouldn't they just chuck the woman off? Women.
But yeah, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe there was like a bit of just a. Maybe the captain also was like, oh, do you know what? I just don't really like my wife. Yeah, let's get her out.
He doesn't like his wife.
Yeah,
that's why he married her.
You know,
people marry people they like.
Yeah, apparently marry all the time. Maybe it was like it's just like a forced marriage kind of thing. He was like had to marry her. But I think there was a mutiny of some kind, and they basically left the ship because they thought it was cursed.
Well, I disagree. I don't think there was any. I mean, there was no sign of any damage or anything apart from that railing. I think all that's happened.
No, I'm not. Yeah, but go on, sorry.
Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, they're not pirates, are they? You know, pirates didn't really exist.
Well, pirates didn't. Of course they did.
Not like in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, obviously not, but pirates did exist. There had there was a whole island. There was a whole island. There was a whole island in the Caribbean that was controlled by the pirates for like 20 years. That's the most stupid thing ever you said. That was so stupid. Pirates don't exist.
Quite dumb. Yeah, pirates existed properly.
Yeah, it was a whole massive industry of pirates.
Have you not heard of the golden age of piracy?
Yeah, like
no, I've not.
And they were pirates were like they controlled. There was like this famous island in the Caribbean where the pirates controlled, and it was like this like free place where anyone could go, and they had like they took in everyone, like black people, gay people. They didn't care, like white people.
What I'm saying is that the Prussians, you know, it's not like one had a peg leg and one had a hook, and they were like, "Oh,
I'm not saying that.
We need to overthrow this."
No, but I'm saying they're sailors, and Rolf said that they were. That the captains made a point of they were dumb. So they would, if they're dumb sailors, it wasn't just pirates who believed in this. Like it was sailors as well. Like it was a very common thing. Like if they're dumb sailors, they're gonna believe in stupid things like that, aren't they?
Yeah. But anyway,
that's what I thought.
Anyway, I think there was just a storm. It started flooding the ship. Maybe there was a little bit of ship damage. It explains why there's that rod to measure the water. Maybe one of the pumps broke, and that's why it was disassembled, because the pump's broken. It's going to start.
Was one of the pumps disassembled?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't catch that bit.
And then they all just tried to get on the lifeboat to escape abandoned ship, and it maybe couldn't hold the amount of people that. Well, I mean, we don't know where the lifeboat is, I suppose. They could all survive.
It's too boring.
That just seems to make sense. There's a bit of water in the ship. There was a storm. There's no struggle. Everyone just and also the hatch could be open because they were like getting out of there. So
yours makes more sense, but mine's cooler. So I'm gonna go with mine.
Well, it's cool if it's true, but okay.
It might be.
Any thoughts on the 9 barrels of missing
Well,
alcohol?
that's what I was going to say. That's the only thing that doesn't really make
I don't know.
sense to me.
Maybe,
but maybe
it's
they
not like
tried
you could drink
to.
it, so
Maybe
it's a
they
bit weird.
tried to dump some to lower the less weight,
Lower the
lower the weight of the cargo.
Maybe because of the storm, they were going. They thought it was the weight that was, and they couldn't control it, and then they thought the weight was like an issue. So, like Oscar said, they just throw it out,
But
throw some out.
Yeah, it would just sit
and
higher in
then
the
it
water.
didn't actually help. So they were like,
So you say they started throwing it out, and they were like, "Oh, actually, this isn't going to work, guys.
This isn't going to work." Yeah,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I've got to remind you that
Maybe.
this is a captain that's done many voyages, and it would be, it would be weird for a captain to abandon ship at such little increases in water.
This is why I think there was a mutiny of some kind, because, like you said, the captain, he's a seasoned captain. He knows what he's doing. Like, he knows, oh, it'll be fine. The ship's going to be fine. It can handle this little storm, whatever. But maybe the sailors, these Prussian sailors, they're like, Guten Tag, I don't know what to do. Like, and then they got so scared, and then they mutinied against the captain. Because it was just them, and he's not really going to face a fight, is he? Because he's got his wife and kid. Like, he's probably going to do what they say, I feel.
Yeah. Well, I've got some more information if you'd like to hear it.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Yeah, give me more.
So, after discovering the Mary Celeste, the De Grazia's crew were quite gassed about it, to be very honest.
Free loot.
Gassed.
You can't ask that now. You got to save it.
Okay, all right.
They were gassed because it was free loot, right?
Exactly. Sure. So under maritime law, if you find a ship that's been shipwrecked or like abandoned, you can claim the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
That should be a law. That should be a law in like just the UK. If I find something,
shouldn't it?
Mine.
It's finders keepers, isn't it? So anyway, the finders keepers rule is salvage rights under maritime law. So they basically look at the ship. They're like, "Damn, this is great! Like, we'll just jump on this ship. We can still sail worthy. We'll just sail it to Gibraltar, claim all the salvage, and sell it." So the first mate of the De Grazia, called Davo, he starts sailing the Mary Celeste, and he keeps the logbook updated. And he also erases the chalkboard, obviously, because he's using the chalkboard to keep the logbook updated, which some evidence lost. We don't have the original writings of what was written on that November 25th day. So then they bring it over and they're like, "Hey, look at this ship we found. Don't know where the crew went." And obviously, people aren't very happy with that. And they're like, "What do you mean? It's just there's no people on it." So they lead an investigation, basically. And it's led by Frederick Solly Flood. So this is like he leads the investigation, and he suspects mutiny or murder or fraud or fraud by the rescuers. So, something like, so either the ship mutinied or the De Grazia murdered them, and they're trying to just basically claim this ship because it's got a lot of alcohol in it. They can make a lot of money from this ship. They can make a serious amount of money.
And that, like finders keepers law, it can be a bit of a motive for, like, if you just kill all the other people on the ship and say, it was wrecked.
Well, but like, I guess,
that's why they have this hearing, and this is why they. So, eventually, the crew of the De Grazia were cleared. They basically couldn't find any evidence that they killed the crew because there's no sign of struggle on board. But they received a very low salvage reward, so they only got like 20% of the value of the ship or something, which is pretty crap. Like,
that's ridiculous,
especially splitting between everyone. Like, basically, for the reward they got, it would not be worth the killing the crew. But obviously, they didn't necessarily know that at the time. Maybe they thought they'd get the whole thing. Another thing that you might hear if you look into the story is that they found a sword under Briggs's bed with blood on it. But more recently, it's turned out that was just rust. I would have loved to just not tell you guys that and just tell you that there's a sword with blood on, but
that would have been cool.
But that would have. that would have been a lie. So,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Lying is a sin.
So, with that in mind, does that change any of your thoughts?
No, I don't think it does at all.
I don't really know how they've come up with it must be a mutiny or something like that.
Because you've got
they are just
No
so
evidence.
they're not saying it is. They're saying they
I just
suspect
thought
it
they
strongly
suspect. Yeah.
because how
Is that common?
like you guys don't have a good enough explanation for how the crew went missing. They didn't have a good enough explanation. Well, yeah, but yours is part. Yeah, well, yeah, yours is part of what they suspect. That's what I mean. So that's the thing. Like they can't think of another plausible reason for why these people would abandon the ship. So they assumed it must be mutiny or murder.
Yeah, I can see how they would assume that.
I think it is mutiny. To be honest, like, yeah, I think these Prussians mutinied against the captain.
So why would they leave the ship?
Because they're dumb and like
you can be dumb, but
they're dumb. So they're not actually like. He said they were good sailors, but they're stupid. So maybe they just couldn't like. Maybe they did hit a storm, and then they got really scared, and they were like, "Oh, we can't control this," so they went.
Like in the middle of the ocean, a little rescue boat, like the big boat. Well, anyway,
I don't know. Maybe they got spooked by something. Maybe
you're not coming up with much, Oscar. You got anything you want to predict? Go on, give me something.
Yeah, I'm doing all the work here, Oscar.
Yeah, well,
ridiculous.
I don't know. Maybe they found the Kraken or something like that, or Megalodon.
There were not much damage to the boat, and a Kraken would have caused.
Yeah, but maybe it just came up.
Well, Oscar,
yeah.
If you're gonna come up with some theories, Oscar, can you make them credible ones, please?
I did. I came up with a credible one.
No.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. No one else was. They didn't come up with anything, did they? So
yeah, they did.
Yeah. Is that all the mystery?
I don't know. No.
Oh,
I mean, that is the mystery, but like, there's more theories that you guys aren't talking about.
I feel like there's more theories that we're not talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe they're.
Let me think.
Maybe.
I mean, I can give you another piece of information.
Guide us.
Yeah, I would need just a little something.
All right, last thing I'll give you before we take a
prediction.
Yeah,
maybe they the sailors thought that the alcohol was drinking alcohol, and they tried to drink it. They had a barrel each.
A barrel of alcohol each.
Well, there was 9 barrels missing. So
to be fair, the Germans do like a drink. Well, actually,
that is one of the theories. Yeah.
Is it? Yes.
Well, I mean, like,
that's such a stupid theory.
Yeah, it is. That's why I didn't say it. I knew you'd get it, something. So
yeah, okay. Continue with that one. So they drink the alcohol, then
if they drink the alcohol, then they go a bit crazy because it's not. It's like 100% alcohol. Either that, or they just die on the spot because, I mean, that would kill you surely, like drinking that strong alcohol. So either they just go really fucking crazy, or they just die. Let's say they go crazy. They just fucking go crazy.
They mutiny.
You need to stop. Is your word mutiny? Because you said it about 100 times.
It's actually not.
Stop saying mutiny. Yeah, they just go crazy, man. They just go fucking crazy. And if there's like 6 crazy people on the ship, then you got to do something about it. So maybe the captain left with his family, and then the others just fucking went for a swim and then didn't come back.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that is one of the theories, that they drank the alcohol and just went a bit mad because it's crap industrial strength alcohol. Not a very good theory, but that's definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's a rubbish theory.
I'll give you one more piece of information before we take a break, just and see what you make of it. So, like I said, there's 1,701 barrels of alcohol in the cargo hold. The 9 barrels that were empty that I mentioned were all made from red oak, which is more porous than what the other barrels were made out of.
Oh, so it just
could
just leaked out.
Could have leaked out. And is there anything that you want to say on that? Or
should the In the 10 days, should it have been at Gibraltar?
Yeah.
Yes, it should have got there.
So the barrel would have. It would have. Well, the thing is, it would still have. Why would you make it out of a porous substance? I mean, surely that's just.
It's
shit.
more porous. More porous.
So by the time it got to Gibraltar, it should have still had most of the alcohol in it. Is what you're saying?
Well, I think when they filled it up, they assumed that by the time they got to Gibraltar, all the alcohol would be in it. So it's more. It is more porous, but you wouldn't expect anything of it to leak.
Maybe.
Oh, okay, fine.
Maybe. But I was going to say it's probably highly flammable, but there was no damage. Maybe though, if it's like 9 barrels, that's quite a lot. Like it's leaked out, right? And I'm guessing this is really strong stuff. Like like I don't know. When I worked at kitchens, we used to like use proper industrial kitchen cleaner and stuff, and like if we used too much of it, I'd generally I would get I'd get lightheaded.
Yeah, if it
like,
vaporized.
Good thinking. Very good thinking.
So that much liquid in like an enclosed space in a cargo hold is like I was saying, vaporizing into them, and they're getting like it's like almost like the mercury thing in the Flanagan Isles.
Can it vaporize though?
They went a bit crazy.
Yeah, alcohol vaporizes very easily.
It does.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. Yeah.
Well, if it's porous and some could have lit, like if there's water, where there's water, is that the same place as where the cargo's held? No, like where the water's
No.
Is there a compartment of
No.
the ships that is designed to hold a bit of water?
Yeah, I believe so, right?
Yeah, like the
And
bottom of it.
The
Okay,
bottom of
okay.
it, yeah. So I reckon it vaporized, and then it kind of got them a bit crazy, and
Were they in? Did they go in the cargo hold though?
yeah, they probably went in the cargo hold, and it's also like it could like see like it's not the wood on a ship, I guess. Like it's not gonna be air.
Well, it could
I guess
seep.
would be
It could
airtight,
seep
but
through the
it's gonna be as
wood,
airtight as
but I
possible.
don't know.
Actually.
That feels like quite a long process to happen.
Yeah, but maybe they went in the cargo ship or like the cargo hold. Like they probably have to go in the car. Like I reckon some
And also,
workers,
like-
some of the sailors probably had to go in the cargo hold
Would
to
that
like
have-
check up on the cargo a lot.
Would that not
And
have
then they
happened
kept
on-
going and they kept going in and out, and then it just kind of it messed with their minds.
I feel like would that not have happened on another ship before though? Like, surely they've used these barrels for other ships, and it's been maybe it was the first time that it was used for this alcohol. I don't know.
Or maybe these barrels, even though they're made with more porous wood, these barrels are just like not very well made or something. Like it could be 1,000 things. But maybe the vaporized alcohol made them a bit crazy.
It gets you more drunk, doesn't it, when it's vaporized, right? Because it gets into your system quicker.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't make them.
I don't know if it make them more drunk.
No,
It does.
it doesn't make it more drunk. It makes you. It's something like if you do it straight into like bloodstream and stuff like that and vaporize
Yeah,
it.
but I thought it gets to your bloodstream
drunk.
quicker because it goes straight to your lungs.
But I don't think they'd get drunk off it. It would just be more like they would get almost sick or like just a bit. Their mind would go a bit like they'd get a bit dizzy. They get dizzier and stuff like that. So maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
A bit crazy off the fumes.
Yeah, it could be something like that. Yeah,
and they decided to leave the ship because they were a bit crazy.
Yeah, it's not enough of a story for me, I don't think. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what more information there's.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a break there. We'll come back in a sec. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the story of the Mary Celeste.
You say everybody. Do you
Does
know?
he?
Yeah, he does.
Those are my buddies.
Yeah. No,
everybody.
You're a creep.
I've never noticed that.
He said it in like the first episode as well.
What do you say? Everybody.
Everybody,
yes,
yeah.
Everybody.
That's what it is. Everybody.
You say buddy.
Everybody. Everybody.
You do. Oh my god, you say everybody. That's so weird. You're a weirdo.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah,
He's a weirdo.
Everybody. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I never noticed that.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Anyway, so obviously, little recap on what's been said. We've got the Mary Celeste was found by the De Grazia. It was found with no people on board, but it wasn't really messed up or damaged, and people can't really understand why the crew has left or why they aren't there. And we've got some barrels of alcohol missing, so maybe that's got something to do with it. I'll quickly say that this story got a lot of notoriety by added things put in over the years to sort of beef it up, which is sort of why it's been gained, but why it's been made more notorious. And one story that came to fame that made this whole story more infamous was written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, I know that bloke. What did he do?
He did Sherlock, didn't he?
He did do Sherlock.
Yeah.
So he wrote a short story about the Mary Celeste. He changed the name from Mary to Marie. And it's basically a very similar story, but it adds some additions to sort of make the disappearance seem more sudden and exciting. And in his story, it was like, I think someone on board went crazy and killed everyone. Or did that really happen? But yeah, in his story, he's got some more things to make it seem more sudden and more mysterious. So like the notebook was written up till the hour that the De Grazia arrived, which would have been much more exciting.
That is cool.
And like on the boat, when they arrived on the boat, they found warm meals on the table.
Hey. Did you say
Yes.
warm meals?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That is a signal of Rhys's Food Corner returning. Oh my God. It's been so long. I've been starving. I have been starving.
I'm so starving that in the last one he ate his food before he got to the.
That's why there wasn't one.
Which is why there wasn't one. Yeah,
they don't need to know that.
Okay.
So today, I've got a lovely meal. It's not a hearty co-food meal because I've eaten all those.
But you've eaten every single one they produce.
Well, no, the ones I bought ages ago and put in the freezer. I ate those.
But what about the ranking?
I guess you can do
it's
ranking.
Fine. No, I'm doing other stuff.
Regardless.
I'm ranking. I will continue
you can
with the
just
high
rank
food.
all your food. Okay.
I'm ranking food. Just it's Rhys's Food Corner. I eat what I want. All right.
Yeah.
But today I've got a lovely meal that was what's it called? Suggested by our friend Will.
Darbs.
Will Darbs, yeah.
Darbs.
And he suggested it on Rhys's Food Corner, and I went, "Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'll put that." So
I'm quite
today,
interested there.
I've got it's a pizza. Okay, it's just a pizza, but it's a frozen pizza, obviously, because I might go down some frozen pizza kind of esques and try and find the best frozen pizza you can get. It's worth your buck. And he's suggested the Ristorante.
Oh God, he loves these things.
Pizza, and I've got to say,
I think they're so overrated. It's unbelievable.
As you can see, I've already had.
They're so small as well.
How much does it cost?
They are quite. I got a deal. They're quite expensive, but I got a deal.
It's like two for something, isn't it?
I got a frozen deal. It's like
three. It's £3 for £6, isn't it?
£6. You get like level frozen stuff of it, so not too bad. It's all right.
Well, he does. Darbs puts two on top of each other, and then he eats like the pieces.
Does
like
he
that.
actually? Yeah, they are quite thin. I'll give it that. Look,
yeah,
it's quite thin.
Yeah, it's
they're
thin.
quite small as well, like compared to a normal frozen pizza. But
calorific, I think you might find.
Are they actually? Oh,
I think so.
Then look at the calories. So I'm just giving this a little bite.
What do you think? It looks quite crispy. Did you overcook it?
I did overcook it a little bit, but I quite like I do quite like it a bit crispy.
I hate overcooked pizza.
No, I love it.
It's like eating. I don't know.
I mean, it's all right.
Which one did you use? Is it just margarita?
No, it's the pepperoni one. Should get my little screen up because, as you can tell,
Darbs loves these.
He does love these, and I'm not that. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Like,
what's it on par with your what is that? Toad in the hole.
I'd say it goes behind Toad in the Hole.
What's not good? What's not good about it? Lack of flavour, or
It's just
or is it just meh?
it's just a bit.
Do you prefer a thick pizza? I feel like you're a thick pizza kind of guy.
I do prefer a thick pizza, but I do like a thin pizza. I'm a pizza enjoyer. I just love pizza.
So yeah, okay.
But I'd say it goes in good soup. It's a B tier. It's not, it's not amazing. I've had better frozen pizza before. I think our friend Darbs has really just kind of sold me on a lie here, to be honest. Because he would put this in S tier.
Yeah, he would. Maybe he just hasn't tried other frozen pizzas. I don't know.
Because I'm just a bit disappointed.
Well, we know his taste. He's not very good at. His taste.
For context viewers, he's a very ham and cheese kind of guy.
Oh no, tell me about it.
Like he's very he's very basic with his food.
Can't handle any spice.
Yeah, there wasn't much flavor. I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't much flavor coming out of that pizza. It was very meh.
But regardless, are you going to finish it?
Yeah, I'm starving. So I will be finishing. I'll put it
as always.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's Rhys's Food Corner. It's been lovely to come back. There will be one. I hope there should be one next week. We'll see. But back to your host, Nicholas.
Thank you very much, Rhys.
No worries.
All right, so jumping straight back in. Okay, so we basically, we've gone through the whole mystery here, gone through all your zany theories, and we are going to go through the theories. One.
What did you say, Rhys? I just saw you do a little dance.
Oh, it's zany.
What does zany mean? No, I don't know.
You're joking.
I feel like I look really stupid on these episodes.
You're joking.
I can't believe.
I know what zany means, and I know what zesty means. I don't know what zany means.
Zany's kind of like, it's in the same vein of zesty.
The same vein.
It's like weird and wacky.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, bit zany.
Yeah.
I've never heard it.
I can't believe.
You need to pick up a dictionary, mate, and just go through it.
I don't need to use that word. I'll just use.
It's a very useful word.
Is it? I'd say quirky. Maybe that sounds the same.
Yeah, well, it's similar to quirky.
Yeah,
it's like more crazy, crazy than quirky.
Yeah, it's a bit more gay and crazy.
Yeah,
is it? Okay. But quirky, queer. There you go, queer. Queer means
queer is just weird.
What queer and quirky are not the same thing at all.
Weird and gay.
You are digging yourself a hole here, sir.
All right, let's swiftly move on.
Yeah.
Before we say another word that doesn't know. All right, so I'm just gonna. We better go through the whole mystery. So I'm just gonna go through sort of all the theories one by one, and I want you to just debunk them or say what you think about them, and we'll quickly go through them until I give you what the leading theory is.
Okay.
Because you guys have touched on elements of it, but you haven't really got there. So, pirates. What do we think?
No, I don't think it's pirates.
Why not?
100% not.
Because there's just
no force, no damage.
There's no damage.
They would have claimed the shit. They would have,
Yeah, pirates.
Well, not necessarily they wouldn't have necessarily taken the ship. Pirates would have
also
crew and looted it.
No, but there was all their belongings were still there.
Yeah, exactly. Valuables were untouched and the cargo was intact.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been pirates.
No, this is like a lesson, like a teacher's like. It can't be that thick.
Can I hands up? Okay, the crew of the De Grazia killed them. Can I get some?
No blood, no blood anywhere on the ship.
No.
Although it could have been blunt force, or they could have chucked them off. But no damage anywhere. There must have been. You would maybe you wouldn't have, but
it's possible. But I think it's reaching. I just don't think the fact that if they killed them, I don't know if they would. really get away with it.
Also, if they
From-
just
they
killed
went to
them,
court and
What
stuff.
if
as well.
what if they like hollered them onto their ship and then killed them?
But why did they go?
hollowed them onto whose ship? Oh,
but
the
that
Degraxia people.
No, but then
Oh,
the captain of the Mary Celeste, he's quite, he said he was very like a seasoned sailor, so he'd probably be like, well, I'm not going on that ship. I know what's going on here. I'm not doing that. We're going.
Also, the ship was meant to be in Gibraltar by the time they got there, so
Exactly.
yes.
Well done, Oscar. Well done.
True. Well done, Oscar.
So yes, the timeline doesn't fit. The Dei Grazia left 8 days after the Mary Celeste. So how could it be? How could he possibly catch up to it? And also, the Dei Grazia was a slower ship. But yeah, like I said, it should have been in Gibraltar by that point anyway. So how would they have caught up to them? Unless somehow they left without anyone seeing them and hid that. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
God, it's like getting a sticker in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bad storms, rough weather, which caused them to leave.
Was there? Did the Degraxia say there was a storm? You said that, right? Or was that just a theory?
Yeah, but they're so far behind. The storm. They might not have seen the storm.
I don't know if it's a storm. The Dei Grazia had bad weather the whole time they were sailing, but they didn't have like rough weather. Like,
well, again, bad weather. I mean, there was water in the bottom, but it wasn't bad. I mean, the ship was still floating 10 days later.
Also, logs from nearby ships showed no major storms.
Well, that's kind of.
Forget I said that actually, because continue.
The logs near it didn't show storms. So
yeah. Well, yes. Well done.
No. There was no damage to the.
Yeah, there's no damage
to the ship.
To the ship itself.
There was no sign of. Well, I was going to say rush, but would you rush if there was a storm?
There was a sign of rush almost.
There was nothing noted in the log that there was.
Yeah, no log. Yeah, no storm in the log. They probably put that.
I think there's quite a key piece that you're missing here of why this is such a bad theory.
Give me a minute. Why couldn't there have been a storm?
For why they abandoned the ship.
Why would the 9 barrels be missing?
Why they wouldn't abandon a ship in a storm.
Exactly. Yeah. Well done, Rhys. Yeah. Because exactly. If there's a massive fuck off storm, would you feel safer on a big cargo ship that's designed for these kinds of storms, or a little rowboat, or like the tiny little lifeboat?
Exactly. Yeah, see, that's what I think. Maybe one of the because was the pump that you mentioned there was 2. Is that to
there
pump
are
water
working
out?
pumps. There's working pumps, and there's one dismantled. And yes, they were used to pump, but they checked the Dei Grazia checked, and those pumps still worked.
Oh, so there was enough pumps to get the water out that was in. Okay, fine. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, next theory: they thought that the ship was sinking.
There was no damage. They had pumps.
The captain is very seasoned. I mean, he wouldn't, be like, he wouldn't get something wrong like that.
I don't know what signs would there have been that it was sinking. They had the equipment and stuff.
So this one's like it's more plausible than the other ones, but it's pretty reaching because you wouldn't abandon a ship that's if there was 1 meter of water in the hold, it'd take a lot before you abandon a ship thinking it was sinking. And this is a captain; he knows what the hell's going on. Yeah. He's not going to just abandon ship. The only reason you think is if it's flooding beyond control and it's going down, and like the evidence on board just could not possibly.
Yeah,
I think that. So that leads us to our final sort of theory. I know, obviously, you talked about the mutiny. So actually, we'll quickly bring up the theory of the mutiny before we move on to the final one. But go on.
What? As in me? Rhys will bring it up.
Why do you think it was a mutiny still?
I like the fact that the alcohol. I'm going to bring this to So the alcohol leaked and it seeped and vaporized and it got them a little bit crazy. It kind of altered their mind and their kind of cognitive thought. and they mutinied. They were, they were stupid. These Prussian sailors. That's what the captain said. So they were good sailors, but they were stupid. So they may have thought that the captain was maybe like doing them wrong somehow. So then they mutinied because they weren't thinking straight because the alcohol, and because they got the guy to go, the captain. He went off on the thingy with his wife and daughter. So they took him, made them go off board on the little rowboat, and then they had control of the ship, and they then just diverged a little bit. But I can't really explain what happened to them. I guess maybe they went even more crazy with the alcohol, and then they were like they just jumped off ship. I don't know, but
the captain had a sword as well. Like, surely if they mutinied, he could have,
a very rusted sword though. Yeah, but also think about it. He's like, all it takes is one of them to just take his daughter hostage, and what he's gonna fight off like 6 Prussians who are gone a bit crazy. Like, no way. They just have a knife to her neck kind of thing. Like, you make one move, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there'd be some sort of sign of that. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Either way, that's not one of the theories that is really thought about.
Yeah, whatever, mate. It's wrong, mate.
And like we were talking about before, potential to drink the alcohol and go crazy. You'd probably just get ill and die or go blind. It wouldn't really make you crazy. Yeah. Okay, so the sort of leading theory is linked to the leaking barrels and the vapor buildup. So I'm just going to go into it. I'm going to just explain the final theory.
Okay.
So you were getting there a lot with what you were talking about with the alcohol vapor. So that was quite good. But there's another whole section of it that you didn't touch on. Well, actually, you did touch on it, but you didn't quite. You sure shut yourself down, but I'll get onto it. So the leading theory is basically that because of the changing weather and pressure on the sea, it can cause these barrels to leak, basically. And it's good practice in good weather to open up the hatch and sort of ventilate the cargo holds.
Okay.
But as we know, the Dig actually had bad weather the whole time. It's possible the Mary Celeste did as well, and they never actually opened the hatch to sort of ventilate the cargo hold. There are also several instances in the Mary Celeste logbook where rumbling is noted in the cargo hold as well.
Right.
So that implies a pressure buildup of fumes, alcohol fumes.
A lot of pressure for some grumbling.
Yeah. And like you said before, the fumes could have caused headaches and weariness. And, if you're an adult man, you're probably just going to feel a bit ill and woozy. If you're a 2-year-old child, it could be quite dangerous.
The kid is dead.
So so you got to think. On one hand, we've got they're getting this fumes that are making them dizzy and weary, and maybe this guy's really worried about his kid. His kid's like getting ill from these fumes, and so maybe they abandon ship because of the fumes. So, or the second idea is that these alcohol fumes are building up in the cargo hold, and like Rhys mentioned before, there was they could have been set fire, but there was no burn damage. So it maybe the captain realized this and thought that there might be an imminent explosion and moved everyone off the ship, but that'll just be a bit of a weird thing to do. So maybe he opened up the thing to, again, leading back to everyone having this headache. Maybe they opened up the hatch to let the thing ventilate, and they went off the ship to sit down in their little thingy while it ventilated. Maybe because they've got this wooziness and the 2-year-old's getting ill. Maybe because they think the ship's about to blow up. But the other theory as well within that is that the ship actually does explode. How could that happen? How well, like the thing ignites and there's a bit of explosion. How could that happen? You might be saying, well, they found that when it comes to alcohol fumes being lit on fire, if as it blows up, there's a cold rush of air coming in behind it, you can actually have no fire damage whatsoever.
What,
So the whole thing can boom, like explode. But if you've got like, you know, an opening, an opening somewhere where cold air can rush in, it can, as soon as that thing explodes, put out all the flames. There's no damage whatsoever.
Is there still a
They
shock?
proved, yeah. So basically, like
surely
a
the
shockwave.
shock would damage the boat, though. Like, surely that would be a huge explosion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But they looked into this and not necessarily. Like it could just be like a loud bang, I suppose. But they did a study on this to show that it was possible. So, you know, maybe they heard the blast and they were like, oh crap, the alcohol's exploding, we need to get off the ship. And they abandoned as quickly as they could. Maybe they feared a bigger explosion. Maybe they didn't know what was going on. You know, all these kind of things. So now they've got off the ship because either their 2-year-old's dying from the fumes, or they think they might explode soon, or there has been an explosion, and maybe they're just letting the boat fumigate for a bit, or lets fumes out, and then they'll jump back on. So they get off the boat, they sit on the dinghy, and they remove the section of the railing to aid in getting the boat off. And, you know, they probably expect to be there for a couple of hours. But archival records show that after this morning, there were big rains and winds. So, you know, not storms, but big rains and winds. And that could have caught the sails of the Mary Celeste and caused it to speed up. So if that did happen, and they were in their dinghy, and they were all in their dinghy, and they were just attached by a rope, the Mary Celeste is now shooting along the sea, and they're being dragged behind.
Like, whoa!
And and they can't catch up to it. You know, they got little paddles. They can't catch up to that thing. It's going so fast. And you know, at the speed, the you know, it could wreck the boat if it's just being pulled along, being smacked by the waves. So they could have decided that, okay, well, let's just cut ourselves loose and row to shore. Like we can't die out here. Pretty peak to lose a ship. But the Santa Maria was only 6 miles away from them, so they could have cut it and tried to paddle to Santa Maria. But the wind was also against them, so that's also a bit of a weird thing for them to do, because it's going to be pretty hard for them to make it.
Also, wouldn't there be some rope dangling off the boat?
There was rope dangling off.
Oh, there was. That was a fact.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Well, I think, but like if you're in that situation and the ship is going really fast and you're like, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get crashed. You keep crashing against the waves. You're like, well, yeah, the wind's against me, but if I don't do anything, if I don't even try, I'm going to die. So cut the rope, try and row to the nearest bit of land. Like even if your wind's against you, you can do that. You will try, won't you? So I don't think that's far-fetched at all. I think that's quite a good one. I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good theory. I definitely think the 2-year-old getting ill because the fumes make sense.
Yeah. I forgot she was 2. I thought she was like 7 or something.
Yeah, that is a good theory. Yeah, I don't really have any qualms with it, to be honest.
Yeah,
sounds good to me.
I'm very I think that's it.
Personally, my favorite is the fact that it actually did blow up.
No, I think that's absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
I like that one. They blew up and the cold air came in and stopped it. So
that is cool. I do
it
like
must
that.
be like what? But it's not. It's not blowing up though. If there's nothing like, do you know what I mean? The blowing up is the shock, like the fall. So if it didn't, it had to blow up a bit. Yeah. Because the force is all the air moving out, right? Because it's igniting. It has to ignite and it has to have force. And I can see how it can put it out quickly afterwards, but I just think there would definitely be damage there.
I just think it's like if we're to kind of, surely you notice that there's alcohol fume. Why would you suddenly go, oh my God, this thing's going to blow up? Like, well, what makes you think that? Like, surely like for a few days, you're like, oh yeah, I can smell alcohol. This thing's leaking. Oh my God, this thing might blow up.
Yeah,
Oh, quick, get off. Like, I don't really understand.
I think it's to do with the 2-year-old and that they're just getting fumes.
Yeah. And they were lightheaded as well.
But it'd be stupid to leave no one on board. Like, why would you all go off the
that's
ship?
what
Maybe they were getting actually more sick than people realised. It could be a combination of things. Like,
well, it might have been that they were getting the fumes, and then sort of that they opened it, but they knew because when they opened it, there'll be a lot more fumes just around. That they're like, okay, well, we'll all go on here whilst the main fumes come out, and then we'll go back on. Because obviously, it's going to be way more fumey when it's open on the boat. So
yeah,
I can see why they would do that.
Maybe it would be more.
I could see why they do it. I think.
And also, if the weather's, if it's a beautiful day and it's a still water, and it's like, oh, it's chill, just sit out the back for a bit.
Yeah,
I feel like there's got like surely you just have at least one person at the other end of the ship open up the hatch.
You would think that.
But I don't know. Maybe. I just think maybe they got more sick. Like even the men got more sick than people realized. It was like they weren't just lightheaded; they were actually getting quite sick from this. Everyone. So they were like, "We need everyone to get off."
The thing is, it's a scale. It's not like they're fine and then bang, they're really sick. That like surely it would have been. I'm starting to feel a bit rough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they got to a point where they were really, really sick, and then that 2-year-old was also getting really ill. So they were like, right, everyone off. Let it. Let the fumes go. And then we'll go back on board, and then oh no, it's gone. The boat's gone, guys.
What's the ship in Portsmouth? Is that this one?
No, this ship is not. This ship is not around.
This ship.
Is it not? What happened to it afterwards?
It got scrapped.
This ship, afterwards, it was bought, and on its second voyage with the new person who bought it, the captain fell ill and died a few hours after getting on the ship.
This ship is bloody cursed.
So it's killed 3 captains.
This ship is ridiculous.
Yeah. So then, and then after that, some stuff happened to it. Swapped owners and a bit like I can't actually remember what happened to it. But basically, it didn't last many years longer before it went down. They still got bits of it at like a museum in Canada, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that they've kind of figured it out.
Yeah, they figured it out. I think. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I think that's the first one that I've been like, yeah, fair enough, that's fine. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
It's not too. I'm still not too satisfied with the answer because it just doesn't seem.
I'm pretty satisfied.
It makes like it's like.
I feel like it just makes sense. That's that makes.
It makes sense, but I'm kind of with you, Rob. I don't feel totally satisfied just because I think it's a bit like, oh, okay, all right, that's what happened.
I just think it just sounds stupid as hell. Like, why would they do that? I wouldn't.
Yeah,
do
but
that.
like,
if I was the captain of that ship, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but we make stupid decisions.
If you were a captain of a ship, we would all be dead. Just say.
Like someone would say to you, say like when you went on a night out in London and then you got the like 3 a.m. bus back from London to Bristol, and you got murdered. They probably think that's weird that you got that bus back. They'd be like, "Oh, what stupid person would get a bus back at 3 a.m. when they're drunk?"
That's
they just
true.
Stay at their friend's house in London, but no, you got the bus back. So,
well, he is stupid for doing that. It was a stupid thing to do.
Exactly, but that's the sort of they could have just been like, "Well, it'll probably be fine." No, it wasn't. So,
yeah, that's a good point.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes sometimes.
All right. Well, we'll cut it there then, since everyone's all satisfied with the answer.
That's it. Yeah.
Can I just add something quickly? That captain, he was a bit of a quipster, I think, actually, though. So,
Quipster.
Right.
A quipster.
yeah,
Was he
yeah,
a
yeah.
quipster?
Yeah. So,
Is that like
someone,
a stooge or something? What's that mean?
someone who's makes witty remarks. He sounded a bit of a joker to me, a bit of a quipster,
Yeah,
Just
he
wanted to add
does. He
that.
does sound like a quipster.
Just
Yeah,
wanted to say that.
I
Just
think
wanted to
that's
say
the
that.
perfect word for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I was thinking that.
Where'd you hear that?
Yeah, I was thinking that the whole episode.
Unlike Oscar, I know what words mean.
Yeah.
Oh, do
I
you?
have a wide vocabulary.
All right. Well, we'll cut
Wide vocabulary.
We'll
You
cut
can't
the
say
mystery there.
3. Yeah. Okay.
And we'll before we end the episode, we'll move on to what people thought each other's words were. So, I'll start by guessing, Rhys. I think yours was quipster. You have to say if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, we'll see what Oscar said. And Oscar, I think you didn't say your word.
I don't think Oscar said his word at all. No.
All right. What do you think mine was, Rhys?
I don't know. I don't know. There was one. I can't remember what it was. You did say something. And I was like, that's a weird
The zesty
word.
one. I can't even remember.
Zany. I think it was Zany.
Yeah, you see it? Told you. I think it's Zany as well.
Was it
and
Zany?
Rhys, well, I know yours is quipster.
Yeah, mine was fucking zany. Shit. So annoying. I was trying to figure out where to put it in.
I
And
think you did it quite well, actually.
I did quite well, but then like fucking Oscar was just like, zany? What's that?
Yeah,
I was like,
Do you know what?
Reason.
No. It's not good
Because
reason.
I knew-
No, it's not good reason. No. If Oscar wasn't dumb
I
and
know.
didn't know what Zany
Do
was,
you know
I would not have picked up on it.
Rhys,
I
do
know,
you
because you were like, oh, I didn't even notice you said that. And then you
I made a little dance when Zany.
yeah, when you did that, you were like, zany. I was like, oh, shit.
I'll have it from Rolf. But are you saying you know every single word in the English Oxford Dictionary?
Well, obviously not, but
What? Well,
you
and Zany is one that I didn't know.
You've been doing poorly.
I don't know that many like obscure words, but Jesus Christ, do I know doozy and zany? Like,
Yeah, literally. Come on, man.
Well,
ridiculous.
you two
what
are
was your
cretins,
word,
so-
Oscar? I
Yeah,
want to
what
see
was
if I know
yours?
it.
It's stooge, and I did say it.
Did you?
Said it right at the end. Yeah. When you were saying, when you said quipster, I said, "Oh, what does that mean? Like some sort of stooge or something?"
I
And
didn't
you're
notice you say
and
that.
then-
I was like,
say
what?
that.
I was just thinking, like, what the hell are you talking about?
I just thought it was him.
that is not what a stooge is, but I
what's
just
the stooge, Rhys?
What?
What's a stooge?
Stu just like someone who's not like he's always like a grumpy, not very nice man, like a stooge, like the
Oh, that's not what
in Christmas
that's not
Carol.
what it said when I looked. At it.
Are you
Stooge.
sure you're not getting confused with Scrooge?
I am shit. What's a
You
stooge?
idiot! God,
But stooge is a bit of a weird.
don't know
one,
what a
mate.
stooge is.
I know what doozy and zany mean, mate. All right, like
Yeah. Oh, so you
right,
know
2-1. Then it's 2-1, isn't it? 2-1. Also, you didn't
can't
know what
say
stooge was
3.
either. You had to look it up. You had to look up your word before.
Yeah,
So
and
don't even get at me if you know what
now.
stooge was because you looked it up before the podcast.
Well, I know what it is now, and you don't. So
3-0.
Fine.
3-0. 3-0.
I don't
3-0.
care. What is it? Was it 3-0? 3-0. Exactly.
3-0.
Right. Well. Anyway,
Right,
I got my word in without no one noticing, so I won.
So did I, actually.
Yeah, you
so.
did technically won. And no, you fucking didn't. Reece.
Oh, how was I ever going to get Quipster in? That was
You
ridiculous.
could easily get Quipster in.
Quipster.
You could have got it in better
Yeah.
than what you did by just saying, "Oh,
Yeah, well,
it's
because
like
I forgot, all right? Leave me alone.
All right.
You could have got it in.
Right,
You could have got it in.
Such a hard one.
Yeah, you could have got it in. You could have
all right.
tried.
Now we did. Now, obviously, last episode, at the end of the last episode, we said we were going to do. Oscar was doing the Solid Children, and we completely forgot
Solid Children.
that's what was
Yeah,
going to
but it
happen.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll do it next time.
So next week episode,
Solid
Oscar, do you
Children.
want to say anything about it or?
No.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, that'll do then.
Right, thanks.
I don't ruin it. You know, it's the whole point. It's a mystery. So
Yeah. I like
Yeah,
it.
damn straight. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks everybody, and
Thanks everybody.
everybody. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right. Yeah. See ya.
Bye.